It's that time of the show. We call it Around the Movie Block with The Rock. The movie review with Rocco Tasafume.
Thank you very much, Howie. This movie this week is none other than the latest Disney remake. It is none other than one of their most iconic movies, Dumbo. It is directed by Tim Burton and stars Colin Farrell, Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito, and Ava Green. A young elephant who oversized ears enabled him to fly, helps save a struggling circus, but when the circus plans a new venture with an amusement park, Dumbo and his friends discover dark secrets behind it. Of course, Dumbo, the great thing about the original Dumbo, the animated movie, was that it was definitely one of the most simple of the Disney movies, but like I said, it made an enormous impact on the iconography of Disney. And on paper, this looks like the perfect movie for Tim Burton, who came up, in the beginning of his career with Disney as an animator. It just seemed on paper the perfect movie for Tim Burton. The only thing, though, unfortunately, about this movie, as much as it has, the thing I liked about the movie, first of all, is that it has the typical great visual flair that is to be expected from Tim Burton. I've loved Tim Burton's movies since I was a kid because of that. That great sense of visual flair. I've loved his Batman movies. I love Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, his first feature film. There's just so many movies that I feel like his incredible sense of visual splendor has just really made an impact on and really forged the interest I had in movies from when I was very, very young. With this particular movie, though, the problem right off the bat is I feel like it doesn't have you have great casts, as many of Tim Burton's movies do, but I feel like the characters created in the script are not very much often the most memorable, or they don't bring that sense of emotional resonance that you would need for a story like this. And you think this is Dumbo. This is one of the more emotionally resonant Disney movies. And the other part of the problem with this Disney movie is that, it was also, like I said, one of the most simple of the Disney plots. But this one has it where the Dumbo character really sort of becomes a side plot in his own movie. I mean, most of the movie is focused on the circus and the dealings between the owner of the circus and the amusement park owner, played by Michael Keaton, who is sort of, it's a clash of two different types of business philosophies. And it really overshadows a lot of this movie. And it creates a situation with the movie where it becomes too much of the focus of the movie, and I think for a lot of people, since the movie's main appeal is going to be largely to children, I think that there's a lot to this that I think that will kind of fall flat with a lot of the intended audience for this movie. So, like I said, the movie looks spectacular, as any Tim Burton movie is expected to be, but it suffers from a really kind of cluttered and overextended plot that I think will ultimately make this movie not come off as anything more than passable. So it definitely won't be one of the more memorable Disney remakes that we have come to see. And, we've seen a lot of the more recent movies of Tim Burton, not quite kind of come to the forefront, despite his incredible talent as a director and as, just a great person whose visuals are just spectacular, and even given the visuals are not quite up to the level of what we normally come to see with Tim Burton, where it's just been that as impactful as the stuff that we've seen in the best of his works. So unfortunately, Dumbo comes off, this live action Dumbo comes off being just kind of mainly passable kid fare. So I give Dumbo, the new live-action Dumbo, 2 out of 5 stars. So thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Rocco.